face that looks aging black. Pages bleed when you're not there. Turn the key, the shadows talk back. Midnight rings you if you're dead. One more line, one more flight into the weird unknown. It's out tonight, and the rainbows of a
Good evening, and welcome to the Shadows. You're seated in a quiet study, far from the clamor of the world. The fire crackles low. A single lamp casts its golden pool across an open book. Tales carefully chosen. Tales that unsettled even the master of suspense himself. Outside, the rain taps against the window. Crows shift restlessly on the mantel. The chair beside the desk waits, empty, yet somehow expectant. This is Hitchcock's Tales That Terrify, Shadows from the Master, presented on SL Tonight. Each week, we turn another page, step into another room where the ordinary tilts towards the uncanny, where fear wears its Sunday best and smiles politely before it strikes. Tonight, the shadows lengthen over a lonely Tennessee lake, and something watches from beneath the water. Settle in, turn the lights down low. The story is about to begin. Good evening, Fate's followers, and welcome to episode 15 of Hitchcock's Tales That Terrified, Shadows from the Master, on SL Tonight. Charting the Master's doomed directories, entwining his epic with stories that destined him. From Desert Descends, we consult Guide to Doom by Ellis Peters, a 1963 mystery of predestined peril from the anthology. Guidebook author Martin arrives in a quaint village to research folklore, befriending a scholar guarding a cursed guide to doom, a tome foretelling death. As Martin pries, the book's power manifests, ensnaring him in self-fulfilling curse of ironic fate. Peter's blend of mystery and supernatural predestination echoes Hitchcock's inescapable plots. By 1969, Hitchcock adapted Topaz, an espionage tale of Cuban Missile Crisis betrayals, starring Frederick Stafford and location shoots in Europe. Though critiqued for pacing, it probed deception's doom. Around this time, his influence inspired tributes like Mel Brooks' High Anxiety, 1977. A loving parody Brooks screened for Hitchcock, who responded with a vintage wine gift and praise, underscoring his comedic horror legacy. This enduring impact ties to the story's faithful guide. Flip the page. The story foretells. This way down, please. Mind your heads in the doorway and take care of the stairs. Beds are very worn. And here we are in the courtyard again. That concludes our tour, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your attention. Please keep to the paths as you cross to the gatehouse. Yes, madam, it is a very little castle. Properly speaking, it's a fortified manor house, but it's the finest of its kind extant and a unique state of repair. That's what comes of being in the hands of the same family for 6 centuries. Yes, madam, that's how long the Chastelays have been here, and in these very walls until they built the Grace House as far into the grounds 150 years ago. The well, sir, you see the well as you cross the courtyard there. What was that? I didn't quite catch. Not that well, the other one? Now, I wonder, sir, what should put it in your head that a small household like this, the one where Mary Purcell drowned herself. Hush, sir, please, keep your voice down. Mr. Chastelay doesn't like that affair remembered. Yes, sir, I know, but we don't show the well champ. He wants it forgotten. No, I can't make exceptions. It's as much as my job's worth. Well, sir, very handsome of you, I'm sure. Were you indeed? I can understand you being interested, of course, if you were one of the reporters who covered the case. You did say Mary Purcell. Oh, no, sir, I wasn't in this job then, but I read the papers like everybody else. Look, sir, if you'll just wait a moment till I see this lot out. That's better. Now we can talk. I'm always glad to get the last party of the day through this old door and drop the latch on them. Nice to hear the cars driving away down the avenue. Notice how the sound vanishes when they reach the turn where the wall begins? Quiet, isn't it? Soon we shall begin to hear the owls. Now, sir, you want to see the well. The other well. The one where the tragedy occurred. I shouldn't do it, really. Mr. Chastelay would be very annoyed if he knew. No, sir, that's right, of course. He never need know. Very well, sir, it's through here, through the great hall. After you, sir. There, fancying you turning in the right direction without being told. Mind your step, the floor is very uneven in places. You mustn't be surprised at Mr. Chastelay not wanting that old affair dragged up again. It's very nearly wrecked his life. Everybody had him down for the lover, the fellow who drove her to it. Her being his foreman's wife, you see, and him having been noticeably took with her, and on familiar terms with the two of them. I dare say it was only natural people should think it was him. If he could have run the rumors to the source, he would have sued, but he never could. For a year it was touch and go whether his wife divorced him, but they're over it now. After all, it's 10 years or more. Nobody wants to start the tongues wagging again. No, sir, I'm sure you don't, or I wouldn't be doing this. And she was very beautiful, they say, Miss Purcell. Very young, only 21 and fair. They say the photographs didn't do justice to her coloring. Wonderful blue eyes, I believe. Green, were they, you say? Not blue? Well, I wouldn't argue with you, sir. You were reporting the affair. You should know. Watch out for the bottom step here. It's worn very hollow. Green eyes. No, sir. I wouldn't dispute it. Wonderfully trained memory you have. Well, at any rate, she was young and very pretty, and I dare say a bit simple and innocent, too. Brought up country style as she was. She was the daughter of one of the gardeners. I don't suppose you ever met him? No, he wouldn't have anything to say to the press, would he? He had a stroke afterwards, and Mr. Chastelay pensioned him off with a light job around the place. But that's neither here nor there. Mind the step into the stone galley? Here, let me put on the lights. Yes, gives you quite a turn, doesn't he, that halberdier standing there with his funny-shaped knife on a stick? I keep him all burnished up like that specially. It gives the kids a thrill. To tell you the truth, when I've been around here all night, locking up and seeing all's faster the folks have gone, I've often buried his halberd and carried it around with me. Just for company, like. It gets pretty eerie here after dark. Makes me feel like one of the ghosts myself, trailing this thing. If it's all the same to you, sir, I'll take it along with us now. They put a heavy cover on the wall after that fatality. There's a ring in the middle, and a haft of the halberd makes a very handy lever. You'd like to look inside, I dare say. There are iron rungs down the shaft like a ladder. Her husband went down, you know, and got her out. More than most of us would like to do, but then he felt responsible, I suppose. Poor soul. Where is her husband now? Didn't you never hear, sir? He cracked up, poor lad, and they had to put him away. He's still locked up. The way I heard it, this affair of hers had been going on some time. As she found she was expecting a child, it fairly knocked her over. made her turn and look again at what she'd let this fellow persuade her into. She went to him and asked what to do. And he told her not to be a fool. Why should she want to do anything? She'd got a husband, hadn't she? All she had to do was hold her tongue. But he could see she didn't see it that way, and she felt bad about her husband and couldn't let him father the child with his eyes shut. She was hating herself and wanting to be honest and wanting her lover to stand by her even in that. And wanting her husband back on the old terms too, because I don't suppose she ever really stopped loving him. She only lost sight of him in the excitement. So this fellow put her off and said that they'd talk about it again after they considered it. And he lit out the next day for I don't know where and left her. No, sir, you're right, of course. I wasn't in this job then. How would I know? Just reconstructing in my own mind. Maybe it wasn't like that. No, as you say, if it was Mr. Chesley, he didn't light out for her anywhere. He stayed right here and got the mutt thrown at him. But a lot of people think now it wasn't him, after all. Anyhow, she went to her husband and told him the truth. All but the name. She never told anyone that. Very nearly killed him. I shouldn't wonder if he was daft about her, as they say. He didn't rave or anything, just turned his back on her and went away. And when she followed him, crying, he couldn't bear it. He turned around and hit her. Yes, sir, a very vivid imagination I've got. I don't deny it. So would you if you lived in this place alone? I fairly see him walking nights. And the way I see it, she was too young and inexperienced to understand that you don't hit out somebody who means nothing to you. She thought he was finished with her, and if he was gone, everything was gone. She didn't know enough to wait and bear it and hope. She ran along here, crying, and jumped into the well. 5 minutes and he was running after her. By that time it was too late. When he got her out, she was dead, her fair hair all smeared with scum and slime and her beautiful green eyes. Right here, where we're standing. That's the cover they put over it since. Good and heavy, so nobody can shift it easily. But if you stand back, sir, and let me get some leverage on this halberd. There you are. Nobody knows quite how deep. Let's have a little more light, shall we? There, now you can see better. The girl would have to be the end of her tether, wouldn't she, to go that way? My sweet Mary, my little lamb. No, sir, I didn't say anything. I thought you were about to speak. What am I doing, sir? Just turning the key in the lock. Just seeing how smoothly it works. A lot of keys and wards to look after, you know. And Mr. Chesley is very particular about this room being kept closed. No one's been here more than 3 years, except me. Not till tonight. I don't suppose there'd be anyone else for the next 3 years either, and if they didn't, they wouldn't look the well-colored. I'll do all the cleaning myself, you see. I'm a great one for keeping things in perfect order. Look at this halberd now, sharp as a butcher's knife. Here, look. Oh, sorry, sir, did I prick you? Mad, sir? No, sir, not me. That was her husband, remember? They put him away. All that happened to me was a stroke, and it didn't affect my coordination. Finishing off with a light job I may be, but you'd be surprised how strong I still am. So you shouldn't try to rush me. I shouldn't try to rush me if I were you, sir. It wouldn't do you any good. It's always a mistake to know too much, sir. Mary Purcell, you said. Alice was her first name, the one all the papers used. Did you know that? It was only her family and her intimates who called her Mary. And then, how did you know her eyes were green? They were shut fast enough before even the press got near her. But her lover knew. Yeah, sir, I know you now. You were the young man who was staying with the Lovels at the farm that summer. You must have had a talk about Mary. Sorry poor Tim Purcell couldn't be here to make up the party. It must have done him power of good. But we'll spare him a thought, won't we? Now, while there's time. Funny, isn't it? Providential when you come to think. And you walked out here from the farm without a car or anything. And I'd staked this key and this halberd. I don't have to tell you how much I value them, do I? That you never told a soul where you were going. But you couldn't keep away, could you? And I don't suppose either you or I will ever really know why you came. Never dreaming you'd meet Mary's father. So I can believe it was because I wanted you so much. So much! Oh, I shouldn't scream like that. If I was you, sir, you'll only do yourself an injury. And nobody will hear you, you know. There's nobody within half a mile but you and me. And the walls are very thick. Very thick. And so seals Guide to Doom. Where curiosity charts its own end, the clever mystery of predestined peril. As Martin's inquiry dooms him, it mirrors Hitchcock's traps of inevitability. Topaz's intrigue paved for Frenzy, 1972, a return to London with raw serial killer suspense, blending dark humor and violence. Amid tributes like Brooks' High Anxiety, where Brooks recalled Hitchcock's silent screening, followed by a lavish wine endorsement, the master's shadow loomed large in 1970s cinema. Anthologies preserved that ironic legacy. Did Fate's Guide grip you? Comment! Next, The Estuary by Margaret St. Clair. Consult wisely. And good night.
Typewriters dreaming all through the night. A smiling sun hangs on a cardboard sky, where the future got lost but never